Hey man, I want to tell you I'm coming in. I'm just on my way, but I'm gonna be like 5 minutes late at the most. Yeah, yeah, sure. All right, bye. Well, hello. Yeah, so I am naturally apunctual, you guys. Apunctual. Don't give a fuck about time. They told me that if I'm gonna be late, I have to call and let them know. They shouldn't have told me that. Because now I'm just gonna always call. You know, I'm not gonna stop being late. I'm just gonna stop being late without calling. They should have realized that I was totally gonna utilize that loophole. I don't see why politicians aren't up to snuff on that shit. I feel like I'm running out of things to say, but I know that that's not true. I know that there is so much that needs to be said. Well, you say it all the time anyway. You just don't say it to them. Yeah, you guys, that's what I do. Guess what I do? Right when I wake up. It's like my anxiety is my alarm clock, and I'll just wake up and start talking about stuff that's important to me. You know, like racism and what else? What else is important? Art, right? Art's important. Art's really important. You know what's important? I think appreciating things, like showing your appreciation. I feel like I work really, really hard, and it really upsets me when I work hard and that just like goes to waste. I mean, that's how I see it, and I know that it's my black or white emotions. Because, like, I think in the gray, I'm always looking at multiple angles of everything, but my feelings are very, very intense. And so, because my feelings are so intense, it's really hard for me to not get caught up in that bullshit, you know? But, yeah, I do appreciate when, like, anybody takes the time to, like, try to talk to me. Like, even if they don't understand me or what I'm doing, it's just, like, I appreciate the fact that they're at least making an honest effort to engage, you know? I'm still so disappointed, you guys. I'm so fucking disappointed. Okay, I know I have to tell you guys why I'm so disappointed, right? You guys want to know? Don't you want to know? Don't you want to know the source? I haven't listened to LCD Sound System since I saw them in concert in Atlanta, Georgia at the Coca-Cola Roxy Theater. I spoke with the guitarist, Mr. Doyle, who's really sweet, by the way. When I bitch about James Murphy, I don't want that rant to, like, what's the word? I don't know the word. I don't think that you could find the right word at the right moment. No, probably not. I don't want my anger to like come out towards like everybody, when it's just directed at one person mainly. It's not even really anger, it's just disappointment. Say you're in a band that's like pretty successful, and you decide randomly, like, hey, I don't think I want to be in a band anymore. This is too much responsibility for me. I'm getting too old. I really want to do other things with my life than like just make music and tour and shit like that. I'm gonna call it quits. And so then you call it quits. And everybody thinks that you're done. And all your fans are like really bummed out that you're done. But they just have to accept it and move on, right? And then 5 years later, or 6 years, or however long it is, I think it's about 5 years since that Madison Square Garden show that they decided to put out something else. It was that Christmas song. It was obvious too. Like when they put out that Christmas song, it was like, no, they're getting back together. See, it was really obvious that he wasn't done just watching that fucking documentary. I don't know why they made that documentary. I think that was the biggest mistake. Like, it wouldn't have been that big of a deal if they hadn't made that documentary. But yeah, I mean, it was obvious that he was like wavering on that decision. But anyway, okay, so say you come back, right? And you're like, I'm gonna make more music. I'm gonna go on tour again because I'm an idiot and I can't make up my mind. I'm just like a fucking woman. That was a good one. Yeah. You come back with like a reunion tour. I mean, I don't even think it's a reunion tour. It's like they're just back, Yeah. And you're super apologetic to your fans that are upset with you. They're like, God, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that you had so much invested in me and that I disappointed you, right? Don't you think that, like, for somebody that claims to be, appreciative, somebody that claims to be like a really hard worker and like DIY and like a total punk ass and all that shit, I mean, don't you think it would make sense that a person like that would wait around to like talk to their fans that appreciate them? There weren't even that many of us. I think there were like 10 of us waiting around. And I know that most of them wanted a picture. The thing is, I didn't want a fucking picture because I hate pictures with passion. I hate pictures more than James Murphy thinks that he hates pictures. I bet that motherfucker has a fucking smartphone for as much as he bitches about it, as much as he, hates all the sheep, all the fucking masses just being conditioned to, live behind a fucking screen. And dude, it's like I get so mad. I'm so fucking mad. Like, I wouldn't have invested all of my time and, like, I feel like there were just a lot of sacrifices that I made to make it to that show in Atlanta. Like, I was having a PTSD episode for 6 hours straight. And I know that that's not James Murphy's fault, but, like, Murphy's Law totally applied that day, okay? And if he waited around to talk to me, I feel like he would genuinely appreciate me being a fan of his. But I guess he's too cool, He's too punk. He's too old. He's too old to talk to his fans. He's too old to, take a fucking picture. I mean, I get it. I get it, man. I fucking get it. But at the same time, like, is that so much to ask? That your fans want a picture with you? I mean, shit, just make a stupid ass face. Here's what you do. The next time somebody asks you for a picture and you don't want to take it, just come up with some really fucked up proposition. Like, all right, the only way that I'm going to take this picture with you is if you let me shit in your mouth. Yeah? That would work, don't you think? Yeah, but that would be really funny, though, if like people were willing to do that. Like, oh, hey, you guys, we're here. We just hit the curb. Yeah, that's fucked up. You know, anybody else, I wouldn't let him shit in my mouth, but James Murphy, I totally would. That's James Murphy's shit we're talking about, okay? He shits brilliance. He shits magical stars. No, you don't, motherfucker. I don't know why the fuck I thought that you were better than you are. Like, I'm just hurt. I'm just fucking hurt. And I feel like such a moron. And I don't know why, like, I idealized him or, like, thought that he, you know, cared about fans and stuff like that. I mean, he's a douchebag. So, I'm probably, like, never gonna listen to their music again. And it's just sad. Because, like, I have all their fucking albums. And Al was so nice to me. I gave him a bunch of pot cookies. Like, I traveled across state lines with a lot of drugs. I traveled across one marijuana unfriendly state to an even more marijuana unfriendly state. Like, my car almost broke down. We got lost multiple times. You know, I was just panicking, crying, like, the whole way. Like, I don't want to seem like I'm the victim or anything because I chose all these things. Like, I made that decision, you know? But I made that decision because of how much I love that band. But I guess it wasn't warranted, right? You know? Doesn't that suck? Like, I feel like when you really like a band that doesn't really care about their fans, it's just like when you love a guy and like he doesn't know or like he doesn't understand like what you're willing to do for him. You know? This is just like that. Only it's with a band. I just think that's just, it's lame. You're fucking lame. Like, you are so lame. I hope you drink too much whiskey and asphyxiate in your own fucking vomit, just like John Bonham. You fucking piece of shit. I'm just kidding. I don't really want that. You just have no idea how much that experience meant to me. And I guess I just wanted like to matter. Like, that's all I want is to matter to the people that matter to me. And I feel like I do. Like, in the comedy scene, I feel like I really do. And that's the only time that I ever feel like I can get it right. So when I do comedy, it's like, because I can be in control. Oh, God. My mother, like, sends me texts where it's just like, she just wants me to have a fucking panic attack. I swear to God. She sends me a text that it just says questions. So it's like, I know that I'm not going to have the answer to any of these. I'm just going to say no to every single one of them. I don't know. I'm just bummed out. It's like, why did I travel across state lines with a bunch of drugs and stay up all night making some stupid ass fan tribute. Like, why did I do that? When, like, they wouldn't even, like, wait around for 5 fucking minutes to talk to their fans that, like, traveled a long distance to see them and put up with their shit, even though they said that they were done performing and now they're back, and fuck you. Like, roasted. It's like Al Doyle, he felt so bad that all these fans waited around to meet James, and so he just gave everybody a beer. Like, I'm sorry, honey, but alcohol is not going to work for me, you know, I don't drink anymore, but, I mean, the sentiment was sweet, though. But it's just like, I just wanted them to know. That's all. Just wanted them to know how much they mean to me, and I just thought that that would mean something. And I guess I thought that because maybe I put myself on that same pedestal because I think that, like, we think alike, you know? Like, we all hate technology. We all hate this digital age. This country's a terrible place, you know? So, I'm calling out right now. This is my shout out. Shout out to the free thinkers in the vortex. If you hate this country, if you hate the digital age, if you hate your parents, you hate religion, you hate God, you hate that 12-step program you're part of, it's a cult. Hate addiction. I mean, you need to go inside. I know I do, but I called saying I was going to be late. Yeah, you did, but now you're here, and they know you're here because you're in the parking lot, and they know exactly what you're doing because you've done this before. I really need to put up this video, though. I did a video yesterday where I was basically saying the same shit that I'm saying now, only I feel like it was more formulated. But yeah, it's like I took this trip with my friend, and I feel like he doesn't want anything to do with me now. At least that's just the vibe that I got. But I understand because, like, I'm such a negative person, and, like, I can't not be a negative person. And, like I said, my feelings are very black or white. So if I'm really disappointed, it's a total fail, you know? It's like the 2 hours that I saw LCD Sound System perform, those were, like, some of the best 2 hours of my entire life, man. I was crying during that entire fucking performance. It was so good. They were fucking amazing. And I can't dog their band. Their band is fucking phenomenal. They are so good at what they do. But you have to appreciate. It's like I have guys like messaging me on YouTube talking about my body hair and my poop cycles and shit. Like, I mean, the way that people interpret art is, you know, you can't choose how people receive you, you know? But at least when I do comedy, it's still in my control, and so I can manipulate things. But I think I came off as a creeper too, and I said I had a mental illness and all this shit. But here's the thing, like, if they're all punk and shit, they should support that of all things, because there's nothing more punk than to be fucking crazy. I'll tell you that. I'll see y'all later.